Hi, this is my Dell Precision M4400 laptop. I've had it for a year and I've been extremely pleased with it. It's probably the best laptop I've had so far. The only reason I'm selling it is because I've got its big brother, that one, the 6400. Basically because I need a laptop with 3 hard drives instead of 2, which is what this one's got. As with all the Precision range laptops, it's extremely well built. This wavy titanium alloy construction on the top side and the underside, it's all metal. It's got a 100 gigabyte solid state hard drive in it as the primary drive. It's got Windows 7 Professional, which is activated, and as a secondary drive I've put a 320 gigabyte drive in a drive bay adapter, and there's the DVD rewriter that originally would have been in there, and they are hot swappable, so you can swap them about while the laptop's running. So the 320 gig drive just there as a data drive, storage drive. It's worked really well actually. I've sort of redirected all the folders in my documents to that drive, so the SSD is literally just for the operating system, and everything else just goes on that secondary drive. Turn it on. I was amazed how quick it was. I did have Windows 8 running on this. I bought Windows 8 a copy when it was £25, but that's now on the other machine, and this has got Windows 7 with a legitimate code and it's been activated. This bit's usually straight away, but because I've taken something out, it's decided to pause and have a quick think about its BIOS settings, but usually it just rips through it in a second or so. But because I'm taking a video, something else is happening instead. I might as well run through the ports. Oh no, it's going there. The only annoying thing I find with Windows 7 startup is it makes you go through all this business. Obviously it's doing things in the background, but with Windows 8 you just saw the logo, a quick flash of the logo, and then it's straight on. About 2 seconds later it was straight into the desktop. It's quite a fast boot up time. It's Malwarebytes telling me the trial version's run out. I would advise whoever buys this laptop to buy the full version of Malwarebytes because it works very well with Microsoft Security Essentials, which is also on this machine. It's got the screen resolution 1280 by 800 screen resolution. Let's just go through what's inside. It's all nice and snappy, there's no sort of waiting around for anything. 5.5 Windows Experience Index, which is quite reasonable. Processor 5.9, memory 5.5, it's got 2 gig of RAM. I suppose that would go up if it had more RAM, but I've not noticed any performance issues with having 2 gigabytes of RAM. It's been pretty excellent. Graphics 6.4, gaming graphics 6.4, primary hard disk 7.4. You only get that high with an SSD. Normal manual drives never get above 6. So the overall is 5.5. You can see it's got Intel Core 2 Duo P8400. It's one of the sort of higher end Core 2 Duo processors. And this is a mobile workstation laptop, one of Dell's high-end machines, designed for engineers and computer-aided design and people doing Photoshop, video editing. It's designed for people out in the field who need power and a solid construction. Just turn my light off a minute, just to demonstrate the backlit keyboard, which is a nice feature. That came in very handy with 5 weeks in Bangladesh last year. This laptop's been to Bangladesh because they have constant blackouts there, so like 2.5 hours every single night the power goes off, so you're on batteries, and the backlit keyboard's a lifesaver in that situation. Let's put my light back on. What else have we got? Let's go to the Network and Sharing Centre. No, not there. There is a mobile internet card on this laptop, so you can put a SIM card in the slot that's behind the battery tray. I've had it working with a GIF-GAF SIM. I don't think I've actually... Yeah, there we go. Dell Wireless 5530 HSPA mobile broadband mini card device. That is actually in there, but I haven't installed the driver yet. But I've had it working before with Windows 8 and Windows Vista and whatever else I've had on this machine. I've had it working with a GIF-GAF SIM, and it worked really well, surprisingly fast. It's supposed to go up to just over 7 megabits per second, and it surprised me, to be honest, how good the upload speeds were. I was also using that in Bangladesh, and that again was a lifesaver because it's the only way you can connect to the internet there, although it's measured in kilobits per second in Bangladesh, but it did work very well. There is some sort of security control vault device on this laptop. There's no fingerprint reader like on that one, but there is a slot at the side, a security card slot just there, so I think it's to do with all that. I've never used it. Yeah, Dell control vault without fingerprint sensor. To my computer. It's 54.9 gigabytes free on the SSD, and 297. Basically, the data drive's empty. I know on the battery on this, it's plenty of life left in it. It's one thing I was really amazed about is how long the battery lasted, which was well in excess of 2.5 hours on a charge. Just sort of general usage and internet browsing, that sort of thing, and the fact that the battery never seems to have degraded particularly. And I suppose now I've put the SSD in, it's probably going to make the battery last even longer. Well, it did while it was on Windows 8. Because the SSD doesn't draw as much power as a mechanical hard drive, and the secondary hard drive just goes into sleep mode when it's not in use. In terms of programs, there's the Adobe Master Collection there. That's mostly what I used it for. I put LibreOffice, somewhere or other's Office 2007 as well. And just all the other stuff that people... VLC Media Player, Spyware, Blaster, this and that. There's Thingy, Microsoft Security Essentials. I'm going to make a set of system restore disks for this laptop so that you can have all the software that's on it will be on a set of restore disks. And I'll also throw in a copy of a Windows 7 Professional setup disk so that if ever you want to, you can just wipe the lot and start again with your own setup. Is that all I can think of? Wi-Fi card, obviously, 2 gig of RAM, 2 hard drives. There's your hots. Might as well demonstrate the hot swappable aspect. Yep, it's found its DVD drive. That's what Intel Rapid Storage Technology does, it detects stuff and shows you statistics about your different drives. Don't mess about. There we go. I've not been there before.
Just had a quite dramatic European election.
It's all nice and snappy.
New sceptical parties, some new extreme nationalist parties, a massive spectrum from the left to the centre to the right. You know, there is a big...
No waiting around at all.
So this is the invitation that Herman Van Rompuy, the President of the European Council, sent out to the heads of state and government in the days before.
Okay, that's you can convert things off web pages. This part of Adobe Acrobat Professional. You can just any old web page. You can just make a PDF out of it. That's converting that entire BBC homepage now. The bigger the page, the longer it takes, but that didn't take long to turn all that into a PDF. It's already saved it in my documents. Let's get rid of that. Never started any of these because this is a fresh installation, so this might take a bit longer than normal. Let's start Photoshop up. That was fast. Let's try that again. Straight there, about 3 seconds flat. In a normal manual hard drive that would take a bit of waiting to get into there. Okay, you get the idea. You can see the activatedness down there. Shut it down now. on and off just like that. Thanks for watching.